What's up everyone? Thanks for joining me for another video. If you're not subscribed, hit that button. If you are, you're awesome and all that stuff. Got the garage doors open and we gotta switch the car from here to there. So while I'm doing that, we're gonna go for a trip into the past and we're gonna explain what we're doing here and see the issue, and then we'll be right back. Well, wasn't planning on filming a video specifically today, but we got some BMW problems going on. And stupidly, I don't know why I'm leaving it in the garage. Let me pull it out so it could leak somewhere else. Thankfully, it seems to just be water and not coolant, so cleanup will be a lot easier. It has definitely gotten worse. So hopefully it's just this cap. I'm just gonna leave that. Yeah, so that's fun. I just went for a trip to AutoZone. Is it AutoZone? I guess I'll post a picture here. Look good in front of AutoZone, and you can see in that picture it was leaking there. And then I noticed after I took the picture, and it has definitely gotten worse. So hopefully it's just that cap. I'm gonna wait for this thing to cool down to see maybe it's missing a seal or something. I don't know for sure, but we're gonna take a look at it when it starts to cool down. I was gonna continue working on the wing, which is the other video, but you'll know when you see that video what was going on, I guess, behind the scenes. But waiting for that to cool. Present day Chris back, and you guessed it, we're fixing this coolant leak problem. This was the issue, and in the video you saw when I used the rag, I actually tightened this a little bit, and it did slow down. So that's leaving me with the problem is this radiator cap. So to me, it seemed like the radiator cap, considering I tightened it and it slowed down. So what I did, I went over to FCP Euro because they have a lifetime warranty on everything. So crap happens again, you just send it back and you get a full refund, or however that works. I paid for all this. This isn't sponsored, but we got a new coolant expansion tank and a new cap for it. So these aren't the BMW OEM ones. You can get those. And that. So let's swap this thing out. Pretty easy process. Gonna get a little coolant on the floor, which kind of sucks, but we'll deal with it. All right, so this is the main spot we're dealing with right here. So here's your cap. We're gonna, I guess we don't really have to take the cap off, but there's this spot here. You gotta pop this little clip off here, which you just really need a flathead screwdriver. You pop that off, then you can slide the coolant expansion tank back. There's gonna be a little hose right here. You're gonna have to take the hose off, which is the same hose that follows all the way along to over here at the top of the radiator, but don't have to worry about that right now. Then we have a coolant sensor at the bottom, and the bottom of this, which is right here, is gonna be the bottom of the radiator. It's gonna be the radiator hose from the bottom of the radiator. So gonna wind up dropping a little coolant. As you can see, it's, I don't know if you can see, but it's not completely full up to the cold line because we obviously lost a bunch of coolant, but it's not completely drained. And we're still dripping. So we gotta take this off. This is the coolant level sensor. This is gonna get installed on the new one. The other piece we need off the old one goes right here. That's your bleed screw. So take that off. It's just a little Phillips head. I mean, I guess we don't really have to put this on that well because we're gonna have to bleed the whole system after this, but don't forget it. So here comes the fun part of struggling to get this back on. So you just gotta work in that little tight space. For some reason, the hose is like kind of captured in the fan shroud thing here. Really, I think you're supposed to take the whole radiator out, but no one got time for that. So we're just kind of struggling with this. Takes a little bit of extra effort. The plastic bends enough where you could get the thing out. So the hose clamp was the main thing that was stuck on it. So you just gonna have to like bend it and maneuver it around a little bit. You can stick it back in, tighten the hose clamp, then start doing the reverse of everything. not gonna lie, that was a little bit more annoying than I was expecting it to be, just because of the tight spots you have to work in. So to get that hose clamp back on at the bottom of the coolant expansion reservoir thing, I actually used a bunch of extensions on my little, actually used a bunch of extensions on the end of my little ratchet here. I was able to tighten it down. Just make sure you got it nice and snug, or not too tight that you don't snap anything. But it's all back on. Remember to plug in your coolant level sensor, plug that back in, do the top over here, and then all we gotta do, we gotta fill it back up. Engine's still cool, so it's no problem. Fill it back up to the cold line, then we're gonna have to bleed it. So if you're interested on bleeding it, I'm gonna be making a video, or I made it already at the time you're watching this, but I'll show you how to bleed the coolant system on the Beamer. Pretty much, it's pretty similar for most coolant systems. Gonna end it right there. Hope you learned something. If you did, hit that like button. If you have any questions, leave them down below in the comment section. I'll try to answer them as best as possible. And make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any further content on this car or any of the other cars. See you guys in the next one. Peace.